Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And we kick things off tonight with a swing and a miss for a first pitch strike as we're underway. Boy, he comes back with a beautiful pitch there, and he's dominating this at-bat. It's 0-2 now. Now a swing and a miss on the fastball. Then the leadoff man is set down here for the first out of the evening. With that, here's a look at the Yankees starting lineup. Danny, any thoughts?
Well, I think all opposing pitchers are going to have their hands full with Brett Gardner. He's certainly a guy to watch out there in this lineup. Everything he does makes them click. When he's swinging the bat well, they just go.
Coming into this one against Michael Fulmer, he's gone 2 for 5. He's taken him deep once. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Looks to me like he's trying to make adjustments pitch to pitch up there at the plate, but he's looked completely thrown off so far. Late on the first one, way out front on the second.
And rarely do you see a player of his caliber fooled that badly, but he was tied up in knots that time. 2 away now. Fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
And there's number 8, 1 away.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Masahiro Tanaka, the right-hander from Japan, will get the starting assignment in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you don't see a lot of guys that have 5 pitches, right? Sometimes it's hard to master even 2 or 3. But if you can master 5 like he has, he'll be in pretty good shape.
0-1 count and the pitch. And that one just missed outside. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. So here in the first inning, the leadoff man's aboard to kick things off.
Hey, this game's starting off exactly the way they want it to. Leadoff single in the bottom of the first. After their pitcher went out there and threw a donut on the board, boys are flying around.
Offered at and missed. Here's the throw. But he's safe at first as he gets back in time. Martin gets his lead at first, nobody out. Snap throw from the catcher. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. Drury gloves it to second for 1. Throw to first is going to be offline, so they just get the 1 on the play.
Well, that's usually a pretty tough turn at second when you're going around the horn, and I think he knew he was going to get taken out, so that was a good job to take the blow, get the out, and eat the throw.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. On the ground is short. This could be 2. 1 there. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. We've played an inning. Still 0-0. The left-handed power bat of Greg Bird digs in now.
The first baseman, number 33.
Oof, looks like he's chasing butterflies with that swing. It's 0-1. Well, fans of the art of pitching are in for a treat. One of the game's big-time flamethrowers faces a top craftsman here today.
And you're going to see 2 different mindsets from both offenses, Dan. Facing the power guy, he's going to come at you. He's going to pitch to his strengths and not your weakness. And on the flip side, the finesse guy is going to try and keep everyone off balance. And I want to see what off-speed pitch he has working.
You know, Dero, that's one of the beautiful things about the game of baseball. Good pitchers come in all different shapes and sizes, and they come with all different type of weapons. We're going to see 1 flamethrower and 1 guy that throws below the speed limit.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out. Settling in now, Gary Sanchez. Coming into this one against Michael Fulmer. He's 1 for 5. Swing and a miss as he was way in front of that one. No score here as we play inning number 2. And it's 0-2 to Sanchez.
Boy, so far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well. And I'm a big believer in body language. He's getting the ball. He's working really quick, keeping the ball down in the zone. And if you take a look at this guy so far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
And he fouls this one off. And I'm not sure, but it looks like he may have been blindfolded for that swing. It's 0-2 now.
Usually you see chases outside the zone on off-speed stuff like sliders, breaking balls, and changeups. But to chase a fastball that far outside the zone tells me this hitter's not seeing it well at all.
Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. And my goodness, how about this? He struck out the side in back-to-back. And next it'll be the Tigers cleanup hitter, Nicholas Castellanos. He'll be the one to lead off against Masahiro Tanaka. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And this will be fouled away. Count is even, 1-1 to Nicholas Castellanos. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a nice biting slider. Sent on the ground out to second. And there's one down now.
All right, boys, let's take a look at how the Yankees are setting up on defense today. And guys, the things I want you to focus on today, one of them being this manager loves to shift. He has the pitching staff to trust to be able to manipulate his defense to try and get as many outs and play the numbers as much as he can.
The windup and the 0-1. Hit sharply on the ground. Torres gloves it. Throw on to first, gets him from shallow right, and there's out number 2. Next up for Detroit, James McCann. Try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Tanaka into his motion. Here comes the first pitch. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now.
When a hitter is showing he's unable to resist those inside pitches, you just might as well keep going in there and hope he keeps chasing. Those weren't strikes, but he wanted to hit them anyway.
1-2 to the Tigers catcher.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
Bottom of the second here with no score. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Digging in the switch hitter, Aaron Hicks. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Man, that's another ugly swing right there. This team is just struggling so mightily to get on base. They've looked off balance all game.
Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the 3rd. Brandon Drury will bat next. First offering on its way. Fly ball to straightaway left. Jones is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the 2nd out.
Second baseman, Ronald Torres.
Ronald Torres is the next to bat. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. And boy, was he ever fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2 now. The Yankees still on the lookout for hit number 1 here. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. Jacoby Jones the next to hit as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
Left fielder, Jacoby Jones.
And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1. Popped him up. In comes Judge, and no one will get this one. One and 2 now as that's in there at the knees. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Heading out towards shallow right. Judge is in a few steps as he takes it for the first out.
Batting 8th, second baseman.
Next for the Tigers, Dixon Machado. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Pops this one up. Bird over to his left, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias.
Jose Iglesias.
Tanaka gets the sign. First pitch on its way. And a whiff at a good slider that time. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Now here's one hit in the air to the right side, and no one can get there. He'll try it again. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Gardner on the move. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Here's Brett Gardner now back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Aaron Judge looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. No balls and a strike to count. The windup and the 0-1. Sharp ground ball to third. On to first, and that is 2 quick outs to start the 4th.
Now batting, designated hitter.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Giancarlo Stanton comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Swung on and missed for the first strike. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that slider's almost in the dirt. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that. Striding in once again, Leonis Martinez. He singled his last time up. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch. I had him lunging at that one out of the zone, and that's strike 1. 0-1, here's the pitch. Grounded to the right. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. So it's a base knock to lead off their half of the 4th.
Up next for the Tigers.
The next batter, Jamer Candelario. He's 0 for 1 thus far. A double play ball to second. 4, 6, 3, and they turn the double play. Ready for another chance? Miguel Cabrera. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, Matt, that 2 ball really changed the complexion of this inning. it looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a 2-out rally started.
Tanaka into his motion. Here's the 1-0. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Line to the right side, and Cabrera's going to have himself a base hit.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
Nick Castellanos now. The 0-1 pitch. Pitch misses low. The throw down. Oh, but he thought better of it as he aborted the steal attempt and headed back to first. The 1-1 home. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw. Working for the punch out and the offering. Swing and a liner. The 1-2. Another try to first. Not in time. Cabrera, the runner at first with 2 gone. Hit the other way out toward right field. Judge is under it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Digging in to try it again, Greg Bird. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. If they want to get things going, how about trying to get some base runners on or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game.
A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. And now that we're midway through this one, it's safe to say that runs have been at a premium, and both starters, doing it in different ways, have turned in excellent performances.
Dan, you could speak to this. Obviously, 2 different ways to skin a cat. One's a finesse guy working all 4 quadrants, keeping guys off balance. The other, a flamethrower coming right at you.
Yeah, it's been a story of like 2 different styles of pitches, but both getting the same thing. Both throwing strikes early, keeping the ball down in the zone. As you touched on it, there's more than one way to get around through a lineup, and we've seen one guy with power and one guy do it more skill and finesse.
First pitch of the at-bat. And look out as that fastball ran in and got him. Ouchback.
Up next for the game.
Here's Didi Gregorius. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering on its way. And the changeup is way low that time. The 1-1. High in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2.
Well, he came right back in there after he hit the previous batter. I like that. If you're going to work inside, you're going to hit a few guys, but you can't let that change your game plan.
3-2 now. The 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground down the first baseline. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Payoff pitch one more time. And he lays off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with 1 away.
Well, they've struggled offensively in this one so far, but after that walk, they've got runners at first and second and look ready to make a little noise. Just need a big hit now.
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
When a guy's featuring big-time velocity like this, you have to be on the fastball. It's your only chance. You'll tip your hat on some nasty off-speed stuff, but you got to be ready for the heat.
Now the double steal is on here. Pitch is popped up. Iglesias brings it in, and now they might have the runner caught off. Next to the plate for the Tigers, the DH, Victor Martinez. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Down the third baseline. This is foul for the first strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Lifted the other way to left center. After it is Gardner. He's got it one away.
Now batting, catcher.
Coming to the plate now, James McCann looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. The 0-1. A good pitch there on 0-1 as this is hit foul over to the right side. Strike two now. Missed with a slider.
1 and 2.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
Throw to first will take care of him. Score it 2-3 on the putout, and there are two gone now.
Left fielder, Jacoby.
Standing in, Jacoby Jones. He flew out in his last at-bat. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike. No runs. Three hits and no errors in the ball game for the Tigers. Tanaka's ready. 0-1 pitch on its way. Started that swing a bit too early.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
Strike three called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Both teams battling. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brendan Drury. He'll start it out against Michael Fulmer to begin the inning.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Candelario is right there, and it's a very quick out number one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. And no swing, apparently. Ball one. No runs, no hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Yeah, Matty, he's had these guys on the proverbial rocking horse all night. Changing speeds, hitting every quadrant. He's tough to hit.
Oh, look at the sliding stop. It's in time. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Brett Gardner. No hits to this point. We'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball one. The 1-0 is swung on and missed. Strike one.
Oh, man, he took a swing and a half at that one. I think some frustration is creeping into these guys, so he might have just been trying to get his guys on the board with one swing.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 2 out, nobody on. Skied into very shallow right. Castellanos sprinting after it. He makes the catch. What a... Digging in for his second at-bat, Dixon Machado. He'll look to get the Tigers going in their half of the 6th. First delivery to him on the way. Here's a first pitch slider that just tails out of the zone. It's ball one. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees. 1-1. Tigers shortstop with a ball and 2 strikes. Heading out towards shallow right. Judge is under it. 1 out.
The shortstop, number 1.
Next for the Tigers, Jose Iglesias. So far 0 for 1 with a flyout. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Oh, what a pitch to start the at-bat there. It's 0-1.
He's been pitching really well so far in this one as we cruise into the middle innings. One of the big reasons why, 80% first pitch strike ratio. If he continues that, he might be able to finish this one.
Behind 0-2 now. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. This is foul right side. The next 0-2. Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center. And this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. And this will find the wall out near the visitors' bullpen. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. So back to the top of the Detroit lineup, digging in, Leonis Martin. It was a single for him in his last at-bat. 1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0. Hops this one up. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. No score here, but a potential run is 90 feet away with 1 gone. Hit down the line at first, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. 1-2, here it comes. And he strikes out. And oh boy, all he needed was a fly ball somewhere to give him the lead, but instead there are 2 gone now.
Now batting, third baseman.
The next batter, Jamer Candelario. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. A play at the plate, and not in time as the run scores. Digging in once again, Miguel Cabrera. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Hit out towards second. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. Nick Castellanos now. He's bounced out and flown out in his first 2 plate appearances. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate.
This is the guy they're going to have to be careful with. He could put 3 runs on the board in a hurry. So expect them to try to get him to chase something out of the zone if they can.
Grounded back up the middle. And this gets right through him, and that may be a run. The throw home, and they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
Sometimes you got to tip your cap. The pitcher spotted his pitch down in the zone right there below the knee. Offensive player was all over it.
But he's safe at third as he's able to scramble back. Cabrera at third. Castellanos at second with 2 gone. It's a swinging bunt up the line. Bird gloves it. A throw to the plate. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score. Ready for another shot now, James McCann. He's hoping to avoid the hat trick. He struck out in each of his first 2 plate appearances so far. 0-1 the count. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Tanaka pauses. Here it is on 0-2. And that one just missed outside.
That's a great take right there. You knew the pitcher was going to try and expand the zone. 0-2 in a big spot, and he was able to spit on that one. Hopefully get something in the heart of the plate this pitch.
Great effort on the dive, but it's through into left. And another runs across as this is now a 4-0 ball game.
The batter.
Well, that's a tough one right there if you're a pitcher, Dero. You think you make a decent pitch, ball hit to the hole right through there. You're hoping it can get knocked down. Instead, base hit, run batted in.
Yeah, and as the batter right there, you're taking off your batting gloves, giving dabs to the first base coach. Glad that that found the hole right there. Ribeye steak, chalk one.
Swing and a line drive. And this is going to be a fair ball as it'll head to the corner. And the runner is in from second. Now he's safe at third as they also score a pair of runs on the play.
Nice job adding to their lead right there. He'll find a way to get all the way around to third on the triple. And with it, this becomes a 6-run ball game.
This one skied out toward right. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends. Here's big Aaron Judge. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. And that one skips up over the wall for a ground rule double.
The batter.
They finally break through for their first hit of the ball game, so the no-hit bid will end right here.
Yeah, Matty V, and this is when you start thinking about that no-no. You get into the 7th inning, Dero. As a pitcher, you start looking ahead to what might happen.
And that donut stares at you from an offensive standpoint as well. This guy's had his A game. You can't deny the fact that he's pitched a heck of a game, but from an offensive standpoint, you never stop grinding to get a crooked number up on that board.
A bouncer to the left side. Iglesias is up with it. And the throw is wide as he couldn't keep his foot on the bag that time. And we'll have to see how they want to score that play.
Well, that's always the danger when you've got a lead that's this big. You know there's not a lot of doubt about the outcome of the game, so you lose focus a little bit in the field. And sometimes as a player, you try to trick yourself into playing like it's a close game so you stay sharp. We're moving along late into this one, and it's no surprise this guy continues to pitch well. Over 80% of his first pitches have been for strikes. And when you're doing that, you really put the hitters on the defensive.
And this one gets away. So now 2 men in scoring position. The 1-2 sent on the ground out to second. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score. Digging in to try it again, Gary Sanchez. A potential second run of the inning stands at third. 1-0 the count. Stanton takes his lead at third with one away. That's by him for strike one. 1-2 to the Yankees catcher. And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far.
Up next for the Yankees.
Riding in once again, Didi Gregorius. It was a walk in his last trip. Set to deliver the 0-1. 1-1. Gregorius is a strong defender playing up the middle in the infield. He's got great hands, good range, the big arm, and those skills are not lost on his teammates. And the throw to first is there. The inning is striding in. Jose Iglesias. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Hicks is after it. He gets to it, and oh, he botched it. So the lineup flips over and digging in, Leonis Martin. So far 2 for 3 in this one. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Judge is over a few steps toward the line, and he has it for the first out. Next up for Detroit, Jeimer Candelario. He reached on a fielder's choice previously. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. Softly hit out to short. So this is pulled in by the shortstop. First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. Hard on the ground toward short. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. Nick Castellanos now. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Iglesias over at second. Cabrera on at first with 2 down. Throw to first, but he's back in standing. The 1-1 home. In the dirt. So now 2 men in scoring position. Here's the 1-2. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
He's certainly giving up plenty of hits in this one, but the funny thing is he hasn't walked anyone yet. That tells me he's
looking at a fastball to end the inning. Tigers strand a pair. They lead it 6-1. Ready once again, Aaron Hicks. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8.
Aaron Hicks.
Pulled toward right center field. After it is Martin. And a dive, but he can't pull it in out in right center. And this is going to rattle up against the out-of-town scoreboard now. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed.
That was not the way this pitcher envisioned the beginning of the game. Going for him wasn't that bad of a pitch. He jumps all over it. Nobody can run it down, and he's standing at third feeling pretty good about himself.
No balls and 1 strike. Comes set, and the 0-1. Little chopper back to the mound. And that's the first out. Ronald Torrey is the next to bat. He was a ground out victim last time up. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. Hit out towards second. Machado takes it in. Throw will get him for the second out, but meanwhile the run is in to score from third. Here's Brett Gardner now. He'll try and start things over now with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground ball. Cabrera's got it, and he is in there. Trying to pick things up where we left off, Aaron Judge. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. And that falls in for a solid base hit, his second of the night. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
He wasn't letting that one go. Jumped on the first pitch right there and drove it into the outfield for a base hit.
First pitch on its way. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Jones on the move, and that retires the side. Here's the switch hitting Victor Martinez. He reached on a fielder's choice previously.
Victor Martinez.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swinging a soft liner down the line in right. Foul. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Hit to third. Backhanded. And they will get no. He's in there. A very close play at first. And hold on a minute now. It looks like we may see that last call challenged here. The call on the field was safe, but it was definitely a bang-bang play and tough for us to tell at full speed.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but here's another shot of it right here. Not easy to tell for sure from that shot. Going to be interesting to see what they want to do with this one.
So here's the signal from the bench, and they will indeed ask for the play to be reviewed. So the umpires will get on the horn with the replay operations center in Manhattan and attempt to get a definitive answer on this play.
The Yankees are challenging the...
All right, so here's one final look at it. Now remember, there has to be indisputable video evidence in order to overturn the call. He was called safe and probably could go either way, but I don't think there's enough right here to change the call.
And we'll get our answer here, as it appears the umpires have made their decision and the headset comes off. And the runner is safe at first as originally called, so they will lose the ability to challenge for the remainder of the game. Sharp ground ball to third. The second for one. On to first, and they get them both.
Now batting, left fielder,
Jacoby Jones the next to hit. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Tanaka's ready. First pitch on its way. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. Late that time for a strike. The 1-1 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end. Ready for another chance. Greg Bird 0 for 3 with an RBI in this one.
First baseman, Greg Bird.
Lifted the other way to left center. Martin is after it. Lays himself out and makes a spectacular catch. No, the call is that he trapped it. And on the play, the runner moves into scoring position now at second. Next for New York, Gary Sanchez. It was a backwards K, a strikeout looking for him in his last at-bat. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. And this one gets away. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. The 1-1 is looked at off the plate for a ball. Hit hard to third. And that's through into left, a base hit. And the runner from third scores as they try and work their way back into this one. It's now a 6-3 contest. Here's Didi Gregorius. And I think the question becomes, how much longer are they going to stick with this starter? Fatigue could very well become a factor at some point.
Yeah, that's always a tough question to answer for a manager, especially when your guy's still pitching well. You've got to kind of look for some signs. Is he starting to get hit more? Is he losing his command, even if he's still throwing strikes? Stuff like that.
Yeah, good points to keep an eye on if he continues on much longer. Sanchez aboard here at first with nobody out. Yankee shortstop behind in the count 1-2.
That fastball really got away from him there. That's kind of a red flag for me that he's starting to tire or wear down a little bit. The first thing that goes is location and then your mechanics. We'll see if this continues.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas, so when you go up there and make him throw a bunch of pitches, you're more likely to get a good pitch to hit or at least force him out of the game. As we look at the numbers, we can see that he's north of 90 pitches right now, so it's not surprising to see him maybe losing a little bit of command. We'll see if he can battle through this and finish strong.
And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
As a hitter, you know the pitcher's trying to work you down around the knees in a double play situation, so making him get a pitch up and actually in the zone is a must.
Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 2. And he should be okay to go the distance here. He's just now about to hit 100 pitches for the ball game.
Yeah, it's go time, Matty B. He's got a chance to close this one out. He knows the bullpen's rested and ready to go. He's got a smile on his face out there.
Oh, D-Row, this is what every manager loves. One day where you cannot have to empty out everybody in that bullpen. going into the 9th inning in today's game with your starting pitcher, you can't ask for more than he's given them up to this point.
And I don't think that's what he wanted to do, as the bases are loaded now with still nobody out.
Now batting, third base.
Brandon Drury will bat next. The bases are loaded in front of him, so a real opportunity for him to put a dent in that 3-run deficit. Bases loaded here, nobody out. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. Runners will stay put, however the count evens at 1. Ready with the 1-1. Soft liner towards short. That's in there, base hit. And the run is in to score from third. Now a 6-4 ball game.
Yeah, one a day keeps the doctor away, Dan, especially when it's a big one late in the game. It doesn't matter at all. You're just trying to get one knock a day, find a couple barrels. He happened to catch his late.
Boy, I tell you what, you're talking about coming at a good time, too. You're having kind of a rough night last AB. You end up being able to do something positive, not only for yourself, but also helping the team out, too.
And that misses for ball 1. That's inside. 2-0.
Putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0, and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
So striding in, Brett Gardner, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. And now this is smothered, but it squirts away a bit. And he will make it back to third safely, as he didn't have much of a chance at advancing that time. A pause and the 0-2. Swing and a liner. There's one. On to first, and it's a double play. A key pitch there with the bases loaded. It winds up stranding the potential tying run at second. And this ball game is over. A 6-4 finish in tonight's affair. The Detroit Tigers rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Pitcher of record, Masahiro Tanaka, permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com.
Here now is our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Tigers. 6 runs, 9 hits, with 1 error. They left 5 men on base. For the Yankees, 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 15 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Comerica Park, a sellout of 40,000. The Tigers thank you for attending tonight's game and remind you to buckle up and drive home safely.